finished the story.
Welcome everybody to a brand new episode of the Wrestling Fellas YouTube channel. I've got JR, JR with me. How are you, JR?
I'm doing fine. I'm doing okay.
God almighty.
God, he broke him in half.
He's broken in half. He has a family.
He has a family. I'm doing all right, mate. How about yourself?
I'm all good, mate. I'm all good. How are you, John?
Oh yeah. How's John?
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 John has been fined by the Wrestling Fellas. John has thought it's okay to book a little break away and miss it by the system because he's gone away during season and we're not happy with him, so he's been fined. No, he's gone away. He's gone to get a little break away. Fair play to him. We put a shift in over the past couple of weeks, all three of us, so he can get away. He can go and do that thing with the old ball and chain Arzo. So fair play to him. So this week you just got me and thee.
You've got the dynamic duo.
Which way ever way. Yeah, you've got the tailless buddies.
Exactly. The tailless kings. Here we go.
You have. We're going to do things a little bit different because we haven't got John here who speaks about AEW and we don't because we very rarely watch AEW. For me, the reason I don't watch AEW a lot is because it's not on an app on a TV or something I can just go and do on my TV or on my PlayStation. Like Sky has, I can go and watch Sky. Do you know what I mean? To go and watch Raw, SmackDown, or WWE Network. So that's the reason I can do that. So we're gonna watch. We ain't gonna watch anything. We're gonna read some bits of news that come out this week with wrestling as a whole, and then we're not gonna go through every single show. We're just gonna go back and forth and talk about things that have happened over all 3, 4, 5 shows, whatever it is. But first off, John keeps forgetting of this bit, so I'm not forgetting because it's important. I can see what you're already wearing, and it's not what we need it to be. But what t-shirt are you wearing, mate?
I'm wearing an MJF and Adam Cole Bebe shirt.
Which you cannot get on EuroShop.
Unfortunately, you can't go on EuroShop, but I do have a CM Punk hat, which is something you can definitely get on EuroShop. By clicking on the link below in the description and going and spending your hard-earned cash. And Matthew, what have you got on there, mate?
I've got a We the Ones t-shirt representing Jay and
My
Jimmy.
Tribal Chief. Oh no, it's not My Tribal Chief. It's the Usos.
It's the Usos. Yeah. Link in the description below. Takes you to EuroShop, powered by Fanatics. Whatever you spend on there, we get a little bit back, so we can give it to you guys. We want to do kind of a giveaway because we're over 100 subscribers now. So every little bit you spend, we get to do it. It's up above there, and then down below there is all the usernames for our socials. Go and type them in, go and find them, click follow on all the socials. There are all the links in the description below as well. I also want to say thank you to Future Shock Wrestling for letting us use some of their footage in our recent vlog. Very nice of them to do that. I don't know if they knew they were doing it, but I tagged them in it anyway. But we really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Cool.
I can't wait for next month's show. It's going to be absolutely sick. August 11th,
man. Yeah, the 11th. So as I said, as we all said in the vlog, they've got a show on the 11th, the anniversary show. 20th anniversary, am I right?
It's the 20th anniversary. It's actually on the 10th and the 11th. We're the other one's in Manchester. We're going to the Stockport one, so it's actually spread over 2 nights.
Yeah, it's back in Stockport again on the 11th. So we're going ringside. There'll be a lot more filming because we found out we can do. We just can't film everything, obviously. But we can do. Yeah, we can do some film. We can film some intro entrances and some ring stuff, and you get a lot more from us this time. The vlog might be more than 10 minutes long, and then we don't have to put something else on the back of it. But no, looking forward to that. That should be good. And the last one we went to was really good as well. So look forward to that coming out mid-August. So a little bit of news comes out this week, and I want to get some your thoughts on some things. Stephanie Vicker Had an amazing match against Mercedes Moné at Forbidden Door.
She did.
She was better than Mercedes. And after that, we all thought she was signing with AEW, and it's probably done and dusted. Turns out, a couple of weeks later, she has dropped her titles from the company CMLL and has signed with WWE.
Which is very I'm very surprised. I'm massively shocked.
I've been reading into this, and I think I know why. Now, this is all what I've read online. I don't know if this is all completely true, so please take it with a pinch of salt. But apparently, Roosh, who is in AEW, there was an altercation with him and Stephanie Vaquer, where accusations against Roosh in CMLL, and now he's in AEW. I don't think she wanted to work with him. This is all what I've just read on the internet, so it could be true, it could be not be. I don't know, but it wouldn't. That makes more sense to me why she signed with WWE.
Which would also, if you remember me saying as well to you, that CMML refused to have Roosh on the card when they were working with AEW for Forbidden Door, which that kind of gives, if them two have had an altercation, obviously they're not going to want Vaquer there with Roosh.
Yeah.
Or whatever's happened.
So if that's right, that's probably the reason why. If not, and I've just got that wrong, I just read that online. So, yeah. That I don't know.
We're just putting 2 and 2 together. We may be getting 5. So
yeah.
It is what it is.
Please don't. If you come at me in the comments, I'm sorry. I'm just reading that what I've read on news websites and stuff. So, but she made a debut in WWE the other night in Mexico. She wrestled Isla Dawn.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, it was a really good match. But then she wasn't on Raw. Now, speculation is she's going to NXT.
Which would make sense, kind of. It gives Roxanne something to do.
Roxanne, exactly. Bar Roxanne and Cora when she gets back. I know they've got like Lola coming in and Lash Legends coming up there and Kalani Jordan and so Rucker and stuff. But having someone like her on that roster, just for a couple of months to get her and get to know the WWE way, won't help her. It wouldn't hinder her. It wouldn't hinder NXT.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, Tony Khan said something stupid this week, and being an Adam Copeland fan, this has really made me laugh. Tony Khan claims Adam Copeland's AEW run is the best of his career ever.
No, it isn't.
So, as being an Adam Copeland massive fan, I can tell you right now, it's not. It's great. It's not his best. Let's look at it objectively.
Yeah.
He's a former WWE champion. He's headlined WrestleMania against The Undertaker. Do you think that probably is the best part of his career, when he headlined on WrestleMania against the best ever entertainer, wrestler, whatever you want to call him, in the business, character, in The Undertaker? Maybe. Yeah. It's stuff with John Cena and going into his dad's house and slapping his dad, and then fighting for the title for a year. Maybe might be some of his best work. His Intercontinental title run, the live sex show with Lita, was at one point the highest rated segment on Raw before The Miz took over when he won the title.
That's a nut statement. That's
like his Intercontinental title run when he was going against Test and Storm. Like, it's great. Don't get me wrong. His AEW run at the moment, well, before he got injured, was great, and I was enjoying it. But there was a part of the run where I wasn't really focused on what was going on. It kind of bored me after he finished feuding with Christian. I was like, I kind of bored now.
Yeah, when he was tagging with fucking like Mark Briscoe and random tags.
What are you doing? Why are you putting him in tag matches like that? If you're doing Adam Copeland's in his last year, like he said he was going to do, then why are you putting him in tag matches? Let him wrestle. the best wrestlers. He's not wrestled MJF yet. I wanted to see that.
Oh yeah, that's coming.
Or Adam Cole.
I still don't know what's going off with Adam Cole. Speaking of Adams, like he came back, and then he's just disappeared again. MJF messed him up, and then that was it. He's gone. He's moving to Pittsburgh for some reason, Pennsylvania, because he's moving today. Because I follow him on social media.
Him then for a minute.
Yeah. I've got cameras in his new gaff.
He's in his van right now. I can see him.
But yeah, he's moving house. It just seems like his ankle injury just seems like to be going and going and going and going. And they brought him back twice now. Like where he's come out twice. He's just not done anything and then disappears for 6 months. Like doesn't do anything. The undisputed kingdom thing, dead. Like the only time you see it now is with Roddy Strong. Wardlow's disappeared again. Like in that little group. Like he'll go into, speaking of AEW originals that are pissed off, he'll go to WWE. Wardlow, that'll be next one.
Yes. Yeah,
Wardlow
Wardlow. I think Ricky starts probably first, and then Wardlow will probably make the jump.
Yeah.
By the way, the person that's jumping through dimensions isn't Ricochet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's Hologram.
Who's fuck's Hologram?
I don't fucking know, mate. As previously reported, Hologram is the former Aramis. Aramis has been a regular competitor for AAA over the past few years and has made a name for himself on the independent scene. He's wrestled for various promotions, including GCW, MLW, Progress, West Coast Pro, and more. He's debuting on Collision this week. So it's not Ricochet.
Where is Ricky? Where's Ricky?
He's injured. He's in the hospital because of Braun.
Oh, I forgot about that.
For God's sake. Also, Ric Flair is now a free agent. Go sign him WWE. Please
he'll
don't.
Get signed. He'll go and get signned to a Legends deal.
He'll get a Legends deal. Yeah. He'll be with because Andrade's there now, and obviously Charlotte's still there. By the way, with women's, we talk about women's division in AEW. The women's division in WWE is stacked with talent. I was thinking about it the other day, right? I'm just naming a few: Charlotte, Bianca, Jade, Rhea, Becky's a free agent. Bayley, as much as we hate her. Nia Jax,
Tiffy,
Piper Niven, Chelsea, Tiffy, Mia Yim. Then you go on to Raw, and you've got Liv. You've still got Raquel Rodriguez, who's out injured. You've got Katana and Kaden. You've got Lyra Valkyria. You've now got Stephanie Vaquer. You've got
you got Sonya Deville.
Her name is Sonya Deville. You've got Shayna Baszler. You've got Zoe Stark.
Ivy Nile.
It's stacked, man.
The women's division
need
in
a
WWE
mid-card title.
Which is why they need this.
It's coming.
It's coming 100%.
100%. It is coming. But yeah, sorry, that was just me talking. I was just thinking the other day about the stat talent they had. Natalya signed a new contract with WWE. Happy?
Yeah, very happy. I hope she goes to TNA though. I hope she does some stuff with this NXT TNA stuff, and I hope she goes the other way. I hope she does some work with TNA, maybe spend some time on Impact, because I think it'll help both shows out massively, and it gives Natalya something to do. Because I want Natalya with a bit of direction, because at the minute she's tags with the next whoever they're bringing up from NXT. She ends up tagging with them, like it was with what's her face. The girl from Wales. I can't think of her name. Tegan Knox, thank you. She's been tagging with Tegan. Then before that, she was tagging with someone else that had come up from NXT.
What was her name?
Shotzi at the time, weren't it, for a little bit?
And then didn't she have something with Kiana James?
That's the one.
She did some stuff with Kiana James when she got brought up, and she didn't. She's not been seen since. So yeah, Natalya's a good thing for the company. I feel like they needed to keep her. She could have easily gone to AEW, done stuff for the Owen Hart stuff, and been a main competitor on there. But I think she's probably finishing her career in WWE now.
Which is,
So-
which to be fair, I'm happy about, because
Yeah.
that's where she deserves to be. Like, she deserves it. There's people on this roster page that I didn't even realize. But Shane, I always forget that Tamina is still with
Yeah.
WWE somehow.
Tamina's still in WWE. She's not retired yet.
No, that's the next step though. But yeah, speaking of like us talking, we touched on NXT there. How good? I said this to you last week after the NXT show. NXT at the minute is probably my second favorite show at the minute. Raw's my favorite because Raw's quite interesting. But NXT are absolutely smashing it out the park at the minute, and I really enjoyed this week. This week's episode was really good. We had a bit of everything. And I think no AEW needs to learn from NXT a little bit. It's cool you buying all it's cool you getting all these big venues, but sometimes a little venue with a hot crowd can do does a lot more than a big venue with a low energy crowd. I quite liked when, and I think it was really good for NXT for AEW when they were stuck at Daly's place, due to COVID.
Yeah.
And I think if you notice, when they have them episodes, the homecoming episodes as they call them, at Daly's place, the crowds are always so hot, and
they are.
and it feels different. And I think AEW made a bit of a mistake going on tour. Don't get me wrong, it's cool to go on tour and do different things and go elsewhere, but I think with everything as it stands, I know you want to be number 2 to WWE, or you want to beat WWE. I don't think your half selling buildings is financially viable. Save yourself some money. You already own Daly's place. Run it out of there, or run Rampage out of there. Because taping Rampage after Dynamite, I'll attest to this when I've been to shows where they film another show afterwards. The crowd's never hot. You finish your Dynamite. Imagine seeing Dynamite. You see the end of Dynamite, and it's Will Ospreay versus Swerve. And then after Dynamite finishes, I get a match between Dynamite and actually Andretti in a match. Yeah. I'm not going to cheer the same way for them when I've just seen Will Ospreay and Swerve in the main event.
This happened in Manchester, So you remember when AJ Styles won the WWE title?
Oh yeah.
So we were there, and obviously we just finished cheering for AJ. Dead chuffed that a title has changed hands because it's never been done before. And then they filmed the Cruiserweight, the 205 Live, and we were dead. But it had Enzo on it, and Enzo was calling out English people, which then brought out Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, or Tyler Bate, I think actually brought out Tyler Bate, where the crowd half-assed got behind him because they kind of knew who he was, but then thought, "Hang on, no, I don't know who he is." Whereas you had the hardcore fans like me and all the guys around me were cheering that, little hearts out for Tyler Bate. But that's exactly the same. It opened up with Enzo with doing because he just won the Cruiserweight title.
I love the Enzo.
Like a week or before it or whatever, and he was like having a Cruiserweight. What was it called? Cruiserweight discussion or something like that. And all the Cruiserweights were around the ring, and Enzo was in the middle, and that's when Tyler Bate came out. But the whole crowd was dead all the way through the Cruise 205 Live. Yeah. So I completely agree. Doing Rampage after Dynamite is dead.
They did it to us in when we went to the Smackdown after Mania.
Yeah.
And Shinsuke Nakamura debuted, and then did a dark match with Shinsuke after the match. So we just seen Shinsuke and Dolph. Well, Shinsuke debut, have his first match on his dark match on SmackDown, and then we got 205 Live, and it was like This is dead. We've just seen Shin debut. Nah, this is just terrible.
Yeah.
You see that episode? That was the one where Thingy debuted as well. Sean Spears, Ty Dillinger. That's the one. I have to tie these things up, ladies and gents, in my head. So if I say something different,
He ain't like me.
Yeah, I have to tie it in.
I do the same. I do the same thing with football. I can do it with wrestling as well. Like someone says, "What happened at Backlash 2000?" I go right back to 2000. WrestleMania 2000 was the Fatal 4-Way. It was crap. Triple H won, and then Stone Cold was returning. So the main event was Rock and Triple H. Stone Cold returned. That's that, and that's how I'll do it. And
That's
everyone
like
goes,
tie it
"How the
together.
fuck do you how do you remember all this?" And I'm like, "Do you know what? I actually don't know. I take things in when I love the thing I'm taking in. It's like wrestling. I'll take everything in.
Yeah,
But if it's something like dodgeball, I don't care. If it's F1, I don't care. I won't take notice.
but yeah, it's one of them where I think it does need. It's yeah. I think AEW needs to make a change. I think they need to be
We've been saying this for ages.
They need to be a bit more sensible. Like they need to be looking at everything. Like going, hang on, let's take a step back to make 2 steps forward. I think that'd help them out.
Yeah, I agree. Well, were you speaking at NXT?
Yeah.
Should we start off with just looking at NXT as a whole this week or last week?
Yeah. I'm game for a bit of that.
It was the first one after Heatwave where All Eagle, Ethan Page, won the NXT title in a fantastic fashion. The way it happened. So it was great to see Ethan Page with the title. Do you know what? The guy looks genuinely dead. I know he always looks happy on his vlogs and stuff, but you can tell like he's enjoying his wrestling.
Yeah, he is.
He's proper enjoying it again. We also had some TNA talent come over to NXT this week. In
The Rascals.
the Rascals, and we'll get to the other one in a minute because it was just mint. Yeah, the Rascals, and then we also found out NXT have signed, which I already thought were signed to NXT, Cedric and Ashante the Adonis to contracts. I thought they were already on NXT personally. But
Yeah, that's what I.
SmackDown. God knows. I'm still liking Sean Spears.
So am I.
I still love Sean Spears. I think they need to do. I want him with a title after Ethan Page. I'd love to see him with a just because it's like a vindication kind of thing. He was Ty Dillinger, did really nothing in NXT. Perfect 10. Went to the main roster, did nothing. Got released. Went to AEW, did nothing in AEW.
Other than smashing Cody Rhodes with a chair.
Other than smashing Cody with a chair. Like, that is actually highlighting a company. Something's wrong. And then you go back to NXT, where no one knows you're going back, and was a shock when he showed up, because let's face it, we all thought it was Uncle Howder. That was Joe Gacy's new gimmick. And it was Sean Spears. I'd love for him to win that title after Ethan Page is done and ready to be called up to like SmackDown. My worry is Ethan Page getting called up won't do him any good at the moment.
So for me, I hope that I'd rather this happen first. So I'd like to have Sean Spears win the North American title from Obafemi, and then Obafemi can go up, and we have a bit of. So I think Ethan Page needs to be a little bit like Johnny Gargano, where he needs to stay for a while.
Mr. NXT. Yeah, I agree.
Like he should be the linchpin of A-dubs, not A-dubs, in NXT. Fucking hell. I nearly said the other one then. I nearly went TNA. I nearly went AEW, TNA, then NXT. But yeah, it was. But yeah, and I think Trick hasn't lost a step by losing the belt, which is very rare. They did it in a really, really, really good way. Like that Trick looks as strong as he ever did, and he showed this week as well. When he came out, the fans were still chanting for him. There were no sort of. He didn't feel any smaller than when he had the belt. In all honesty.
Yeah, no, I agree. I feel like they're doing Lexus King wrong. The way they're doing what they're doing with Lexus King though.
With him getting distracted by the DJ.
Yeah.
I didn't enjoy Tony D'Angelo getting another person. It's like,
why has Tony D'Angelo got the UK Heritage Cup? Why? The UK Heritage Cup is with Tony D'Angelo. Why is it not with Charlie Dempsey still? Or why is it not? You've got surely you've got other talent. Ridge Holland.
Yeah, exactly.
Give it Ridge. It winds me up. In my personal opinion, I'd get rid of the Heritage Cup. I don't like it. I think it doesn't work in the States.
I'd rather
it works
bring
in
in
NXT
another
UK.
title.
Yeah, I would. Than that. Maybe the Heritage title, if you really want to keep the Heritage thing going. Maybe change the cup into a title and call it the AEW Heritage title kind of thing. Although then you're getting on the verge of like the Legends Championship from TNA when that was a mess. But Lexus King, I feel like needs more to do than what he's doing at the moment.
Yeah, exactly.
Rascals reuniting with Wesley. I said it last week. I said it when he lost to Obafemi on Heatwave that he's probably going to come out and announce that he's retiring, and then the Rascals will come out and say, "Hey, team with us again."
Yeah,
exactly what happened. He was about to say, "I'm done," and then the Rascals came out and went, "We miss you." And now that it looks like all three of them are together as a group, going from TNA to NXT, which would be cool. Be cool to see Wesley in TNA with some of the talent over in TNA. It'd be cool to see the Rascals
Wesley
back
versus
over in.
Richard Swan.
Swan
would be a sick match.
Wesley versus Dolph. Sorry, Nick Nemeth. Sorry.
Yeah.
You know what these fanboys want. Yeah, like it's exciting times for TNA and NXT. And the only thing that's annoying me is on TNA when Jordan Grace has an open challenge, it's going to be an NXT talent, but it's always one that's not on TV week in, week out. So we had Tatum Paxley, and then she had Izzy Dame. Like she's on NXT, she's on NXT every now and again, but like I wanted to face a JC Jane. I want a JC Jane to go over and say like I'm challenging you, or have a Soul Rucker go over. It wouldn't hurt to lose to Jordan Grace because it's Jordan Grace. Like give him some talent to work with rather than and Tatum Paxley's on NXT week in, week out. We know she is. Send Mia Yim back over.
Yeah, exactly. Mia Yim was sick.
Or Natalia for Slammiversary. Like, just do it, man. Just give him something else.
I'll give him someone quite big.
That's what I mean by Natalia.
Yeah. Natalia would be perfect for Slammiversary for him. Because it's a big name.
Izzy Dane was on NXT last week actually against Thea Hale.
She
which
won.
was okay. It wasn't.
Yeah.
Thea Hale won. It weren't great, but it is what it is. I think the OC are being screwed again.
Yeah. Again.
Which is winding me up. What else happened? Oh yeah, main event. So the opening to the NXT was Javon, Sean Spears, Trick, and Ethan all in the ring. Javon got took. It was announced Trick and Javon would face Ethan and Sean in the main event. However, Javon got jumped backstage
by Jensen Briggs.
So, yeah, by Jensen Briggs, who's doing his whole Alcoholic Anonymous thing.
Yeah.
So then, Trick didn't have a partner. Oh no! We get out there. Sean Spears has made his entrance. The NXT champion, Ethan Page, made his entrance. Trick Williams made his entrance. And then we were left in a few seconds of silence when all of a sudden we say his name
and he appears.
I believe in Joe Hendry. The speakers.
And everyone went fucking wild. It was great.
Yeah, they did.
And I I love when he came out. He turned, and then there must have been someone to his left that were like really going for it because he looked at him and gave a nod and a point, and it was just
he did because
it
he
was,
went.
yeah,
Yeah,
it
no,
was
he did.
so good.
He
And
picked up the win as well.
yeah, he did, and he were mint. And I think that sets up with. I wouldn't be surprised if we get Joe Hendry full time in WWE.
Yeah, in NXT. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I feel like because he's on Slammiversary, he's in the main event in the 6-pack challenge for Moose's title. It wouldn't surprise me if he wins it. And they have Joe Hendry and Ethan Page at No Mercy. Or like they have some kind of challenge or something like that. It wouldn't surprise me if Joe Hendry wins and he shows up to NXT with the title. And then you've got Ethan Page as the NXT champ and Joe Hendry. And if that's the case, then why is Moose not? Why have they decided not to send Moose over? Does Moose not want to go over? Do they really don't want Moose because of past accusations and stuff? I don't know. But
It's a weird one, isn't it? It's gonna be sick though. I can't wait.
NXT was great this week.
Give me more Joe. Give me more Hendry.
Just give me more TNA. Do you know what? TNA to NXT has been fantastic. It started off a little poor with Ash by Elegance, as much as I love Dana Brooke. Ash by Elegance wasn't exactly the person to bring over because she just got no reaction. But the rest of it has been great, to be fair. It's good to see Charlie Dempsey on TV on TNA because I really like Charlie Dempsey and I really want him to take his dad's side and go and do the British thing on the main roster.
Yeah, I think we need it. I think.
I know we've got like Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate and Sheamus and stuff, and Drew, but having a proper Englishman go for a title would be absolutely sick. AEW, as we said, AEW doesn't really. We don't really watch AEW, so I'm just going off what it's wrote here. I did see the finals of the women's Owen Hart tournament, though.
Yeah,
with Mariah May turning on Toni Storm, which I thought was very interesting. I was expecting Willow to win that, to be fair, but then if you think about it, Mariah May winning kind of makes sense because of the whole story they've been trying to portray. Brian Danielson won the men's
from Hangman.
Owen Hart tournament from Hangman.
Yeah, which is just fine. It looks like
no, I'm happy with it. We knew he was winning, and we knew he was going to All In to face Trick.
A Swerve.
Swerve. Fuck's sake.
Fucking hell.
There's too much wrestling on, guys.
There is. There's too much going on.
Yeah, apparently the Danielson and Page match was an A star.
Yeah, it was.
It was really good.
I need to go back and watch that, to be fair.
To be fair, I did want to watch this week's AEW because it just seemed great. The Stampede Street fight between Jericho and Samoa Joe, which Jericho got a bit of hate for because he used the horseshoes, but when he pulled them out, instead of them clanging together, you didn't hear anything, and you could tell they were rubber. And people online were giving him hate for.
But it's just like, do you really think that Triple H used a proper sledgehammer? Like,
did he not?
Unfortunately not, mate. Because it'd probably kill a man if you with a fucking sledgehammer.
Like, well, he probably did use a real one, but if you watch it when he hits him, he puts his hand in the way.
Yeah, exactly.
He holds the top of the hammer as he hits him with it. Believe it or not. I know, but I get what they mean. I do get what they mean with it, because if you're trying to portray something like that, then dropping someone on some horseshoes ain't exactly going to be damaging to them compared to he was going to do it. He did it the other week with Lego.
Yeah, it's fucking just.
Not Lego. What was it? Was it Lego?
I think it was Lego. Was it Lego? I can't remember.
Like, I get why they were saying that, but at the same time, it's not really a serious character, this learning tree thing, is it? It's not like he's trying to go out and hurt people. So exactly, like, so I it's like, just chill out with it, man. Just chill out.
Exactly.
We had some fatal 4-way match.
Yeah, we did for the Ring of Honor. Was that the Ring of Honor title match? That one?
It doesn't say. No. An international championship shot was on the line.
Sorry, no.
So the winner got a shot. It was Ishii, Pac, Fletcher, and Claudio. Such a random fucking match.
Yeah, and
It's
I think
so random that.
did Pac win?
Pac, yes, Pac won. Apparently, it was a B plus.
Oh,
it was a
the one I was thinking. The one I've got is the Ring of Honor. With the Ring of Honor one. No. Why have I seen that Fatal 4-Way match? No, why did I think it was? Fuck knows. It's a God knows, mate. I don't know why I thought it was. Yeah, I'm all right. I'm fine.
Right.
I had a mare.
And then we had Willow turn on Mariah May. Mariah May turned on Toni after Mariah May beat Willow. Willow's outfit was Owen Hart-esque, which was great. I love Willow May. I think she's great. I think she's absolutely fantastic.
She won the CMLL women's title at the weekend. Yeah.
And it's just the group chat's just going off saying, "Where are we meeting?" Yeah. Bloody. It was bloody. It was a John Moxley bloodbath.
It was.
John's been giving out some tips to Toni how to blade.
Fucking tell me about it. Like, it was pretty cool though, because you don't see it often, and I feel knowing the women do it, it hits different.
Yeah, you don't see the women bleed a lot, do you?
No, not on this sort of, like AEW, WWE. Probably you do on the indies a little bit more, but yeah, like in like this sort of programming, it's very rare, and I feel they use it very well. Like when Britt got busted open, they used it really well. They were a great visual. But yeah, speaking of Britt, we actually, I'm tying this together. Jamie Hayter were apparently backstage last week at AEW, so that looks to be another person coming back for their women's division, which will be good for everyone involved, which is good to see.
Well, yeah, the user right, it will be.
Yeah.
SmackDown again. I didn't watch SmackDown. I watched the highlights of it the next day. I saw what was going on, and I thought, you know what, I don't know whether I can just sit through 2 hours of this boring bloodline shit, because it has got a bit stale now. It needs something. Just needs something. It needs a Jimmy Uso to return or something like that, just to.
I think we'll get that at SummerSlam.
No, but he needs it before SummerSlam, man, because this is just. It's starting to stretch now.
Yeah, it is.
Like, I liked it at the beginning, and I liked the thought of Jacob Fatu coming in and Tongaloa, Tamatonga. I love the idea of all that coming through, but now it's got to a point where I'm like, give me Roman, but it shouldn't get like that. You should want me to have Roman further down the line rather than now.
I think you need to learn. You need to practice what you preach. You need to.
I know, but on TV, when something's going well, like the Drew thing, week in week out, I've always said, I said it to John, let it play out, and week in week out, it's something to get me hooked. So this week it was Drew coming back and trying to make peace with Adam Pearce to make the match for SummerSlam. A week before, CM Punk came out because he just cost Drew Money in the Bank. The week before, it was the weekend before, it was Money in the Bank. CM Punk cost Drew. Like, there's always something going on, but it keeps me hooked. Where I know at the end of it, the match, which I did say was going to be a triple threat, it looks like it is going to be a triple threat. is going to be meant because Seth's in there now. With this, one, I'm not excited to see Solo and Cody because I know Cody's winning because Cody's keeping the title at least till Rock returns, which has ruined things for me in that aspect.
Yeah.
Two, there's only so much. The original Bloodline was great because they were coming in and out. They weren't there every week, and we always made fun of Roman for that. But it was the truth. If Roman wasn't there 1 week, and Roman was there 1 week, and 3 weeks later he's not been there, and then they advertise that he's going to be there, I wanted to watch that. I wanted to watch that SmackDown. So we all made fun of Roman and said Roman needs to drop this, he needs to stop doing this. But yet we're begging for Roman to come back because the Bloodline's there week in, week out, and it's not the same Bloodline as it was.
No.
So when I say wait for the story to play out, I agree. I need to, but keep me hooked, keep me going, thinking what's happening next. That on SmackDown, I'm bored of them putting people through tables.
Yeah, messing. Yeah,
chain someone up, torture them, act like a real threat, putting someone through a table. Friggin' hell, Logan Paul does that every single match.
Speaking of, we've obviously got his opponent for SummerSlam.
Well, not official yet. He needs to sign the contract this week on SmackDown, which is one of the things advertised. But LA Knight came out of not Adam Pearce,
Nick Aldis.
Nick Aldis is office when Chelsea Green was really upset that LA Knight somehow got in before her. And he came to the ring and said he's got his contract, SummerSlam, me and you, US title, yeah. Did you? I didn't even realize this. Logan Paul's already defended the title twice since winning it. You know.
Well, he's been in a cube with other YouTubers vying for £1 million. Don't you know?
I've not watched that video yet.
See, that's where he is. He's got other commitments. So, you can thank Mr. Beast for that.
Like, I was an advocate for Logan Paul winning the title, but I wanted him there every week. LA Knight winning the title, I'm kind of happy with.
Yeah.
If one, LA Knight needs the title. It's not going to be the main title, so give him that. But I'm kind of happy with giving LA Knight the US title and giving if Logan's off for some time, then that's fine. At least we got the title on the show.
Yeah, exactly.
We've kind of like dropped Roman from being off all the time and having Cody on the show all the time to now dropping the US title off the show all the time. Kind of ironic.
It is.
We also had Nia Jax versus Mia Yim, Baron Corbin, Apollo Crews versus Angel Umberto because we all want to see that. And Stratton was advertised to celebrate a Money in the Bank win. Tiffy in the Bank, I thought was okay, an okay winner.
Yeah, I was in
John isn't too high on her. He does admit he's not watched a lot of her though, so fair enough. But yeah, she came out. She did a thing. Did she? Yeah, she did. She came out, did a thing. She was interrupted by Bayley. They kind of like traded insults with each other before Nia came out, and saying that she's going to win the title at SummerSlam to Bayley. And then Mia came out for Jackson and Tiffy attacked Bayley, and then Mia Yim came out with the good old kendo stick. Wheeled them off and getting rid of him before we had Nia Jax versus Mia Yim for nothing.
You'd be very surprised to hear that Mia Yim lost and Nia Jax won.
What?
Fucking tell me.
You're having me on.
Actually, something happened on this week's SmackDown that really, really, really pissed me off.
Yeah.
Claire Davenport cut a promo warning the entire division that she was here and she was taking over. So that led into a match with Naomi, and then Naomi won.
And then lose to Naomi.
Yeah, which Claire Davenport's really, 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 really good. Like,
I've got a signed photo of her when she was Bea Priestley.
Somewhere. Yeah. As Bea Priestley, she was sick, and then she was really good in NXT,
Yeah.
And then she came to the main roster. And I'm like, whoa, here we go. This could be the start of something really good.
I thought it was too early for her to come up me. I wanted to be in NXT a little bit longer and win the women's title. I thought she could have done a good run with that. Personally.
Yeah. She would have been a good challenger for Roxanne as well.
Yeah.
So,
Although
but yeah.
Roxanne's heel, so you would have had to work it around a fatal four-way or something, wouldn't they? But yeah, no, I agree. Like, you bring Blair up, you give her these vignettes, well, a week of vignettes. They did a Tony Khan with Adam Page, give her a week of vignettes, and then bring her onto TV.
Yeah.
Again, another reason why WWE need a mid-card women's title.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, but like you say with the Bloodline stuff, it is. I want to see more savage beatdowns, like you say. Don't want to see just these little. I know they tied Cody up this week and fucking slammed Randy Orton through the table.
Tied him with in the ropes, man. And use chains.
Yeah, it's
brutal.
Yeah, it's just daft.
It's silly, and it's like because there's so much. As much as I hate on Solo, there's like he's talented, and they all are, all four of them. But they've all got something in common, is where they're all unhinged. Use it to chain them up, or
because you've said to me all along, the reason Roman didn't want these guys is because they're too crazy.
Yeah,
they've done fuck all mental at the minute. They've been following rules. Have it so Nick Aldis like he has to hire additional security for all the roster because they're just going around beating everyone up.
Exactly. Like you're focusing on Randy, Kevin Owens, and Cody Rhodes. Haven't beat up random people. Haven't beat up a Carmelo Hayes. Haven't beat up a
Apollo Crews.
And Omos, Apollo Crews, a Baron Corbin, Berto, people, just random people. And as if to say, if yous are not all going to acknowledge me, I will take you out.
Yeah.
Not on a date. On like, I will take you out and kill you kind of thing. Like, it's silly and it's not being used properly to the effect that it could have had.
Exactly.
Because we're going into SummerSlam. Solo's biggest match of his life against Cody Rhodes. Are we really expected to believe he's going to beat Cody?
But is that what they're doing? Are we going to have a fucking stupid swerve where that, no, I did it with Jinder. All right, there's not a chance Jinder's going to be world champ, and then they fucking put it on Solo and take it off Cody temporarily.
If they didn't do the whole thing with The Rock on Raw after WrestleMania, then yes, I'd say yeah. But they did the whole thing with The Rock.
There's time to get that belt back, though.
Not when Roman gets back, there's not.
Yeah, it's
when Roman's back, and if Solo's got that title, who's going after the title? It's not Cody.
No.
And then the whole Randy Orton title plant thing that's happening is going to make no sense.
That should have been on SummerSlam. That should have been your match. But I don't know what you do with Solo.
Exactly that again. You've got nothing to do. You could have had a triple threat.
Yeah, that would have been your best.
And really back Cody into a corner and say you one of your best friends has just turned on you, and you've got the bloodline on you as well. And KO has been took out by the bloodline, which we should later turn out it's Randy Orton that's took him out, which brings even more heat on Orton. And now Cody's back in the corner because he's got two people who want what he has, which makes, if Cody wins, makes Cody look like an absolute fucking beast and Superman that he can do that.
Or that's what you do. That's how you bring Roman back. So he's got all these people closing in on him, and he has to make a deal with the devil. And he brings Roman back, and Jimmy's back, and Jay's been Jay.
Yeah. Jay is like staying on Raw until Roman and Jimmy need him.
Yeah. But that's how you get Roman back. That Cody has to make a deal with the devil for next year's WrestleMania for the rematch.
Oh, another tag match.
No,
Oh,
for the
right, for them two
rematch.
to go on. No, I'm not seeing that again. Fuck me. I can't sit through a third. It'll be like Lesnar and fucking Reigns all over again.
Yeah.
I can't do that for a third time. And then you had DIY with the tag titles as well. They won the tag titles last week, which I was really chuffed about. If you watched Johnny Gargano's vlog, he has
No,
a
I've
bit
not.
of a bit of a touching moment at the end where he just says this fat kid that loved wrestling, that has been in several companies, and all he wanted to do was win a title in WWE, and he got to a point where when his contract expired, he didn't want to wrestle ever again. He was done. He wanted to be a dad, and then wanted to come back and do it. And it's a little nice thing, but his vlogs are like 20 minutes long. They're not very long, but him, Indy, Ciampa, and LeRae have great chemistry together, and it's just mint. But yeah, DIY against A-Town Down Under for the tag titles again, and DIY obviously won. Great match, to be fair. And then Jacob Fatu came out and absolutely destroyed everyone. That's how you do things.
Yeah, that's how you do it. Yeah.
Not fucking. Raw last night.
Amazing show.
Raw was the best one out of them all. Probably bar NXT. Yeah, probably beats NXT a little bit for me. Yeah, Rhea kicked off the show. Rhea came back last week.
Yes, she did.
And scared the shit out of Liv and Dom. Got some points to take points to make during the show, because I thought there's some things that's growing on me, there's some things that's grinding on me. But the whole Rhea Liv Dom thing, I'm enjoying.
Yeah, same.
However, I didn't enjoy the end bit where she just forgave him. Whether she's doing that just to get under Liv's skin.
I think that's more of a. That Dom's a tool there. He's a tool, but he's.
Because no, he's not at all. Dom is not a tool.
But yeah,
Daddy Dom.
Daddy Dom. But I quite like Dom. He's doing
Daddy
bits,
Dom.
but yeah, I think that's just a ploy for Rhea to like, oh, you're not getting to me, trying to coming at me through Dom. I don't care.
Yeah,
Dom's my. For me, it was more like
my bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I agree. But she came out and she demanded Liv came out and issued a challenge to her at SummerSlam. Liv accepted and was like, I originally wasn't going. I just wanted to take your title. I didn't want Dom. I didn't see what you saw in Dom. And now I want Dom as well. Probably going to be custody and a pole match kind of thing again, isn't it?
Please do that. Dom in a Shark Tank, something like that.
Michael Cole revealed that the Ripley return last week garnered 50 million views across all social media.
She's biggest female star. She's biggest female star in WWE right now. For me, hands down.
Yeah, good opening segment to set up the rest of the show, because that's what it was built around. Mami returning. And then Sheamus Bronson.
Sorry? I was about to go, and then Matt's already had a moan about it before we even started. Death Rebels got their hands on a bit of Sheamus's music.
Yeah, like I thought, great opening segment. Really enjoyed it. Sets up the rest of the night. Sets up SummerSlam. And then I saw Sheamus coming out, and I thought, oh, they've got a new intro for him. Fair enough. And I expected to hear, it's a shameful thing. Lost your head. A careless man who winds up dead. No, did I get that? No, I got Death Rebels. Generic. Shit again. Death Rebel, I've got their hands on Sheamus. Why, Trips? Get rid of him. Please, I'm begging you. Get rid of him. they're just bar a few, like literally a few. There's another one coming. Oh no, we need to record another one actually. Because the SmackDown one has been released, has it? No, the SmackDown one's being released this weekend, so watch out for that. But then we need to carry on recording them. Bar a few, and I literally mean a handful. They're awful.
Yeah, they're really bad.
Gone are the days of if you smell what the Rock is cooking and glass smashes and time to play the game and you think you know me. Days have gone. Of now it's just generic crap. Although we know solos.
I got it all.
Bam 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 bam. Bam 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 bam. Nah. We know Bronson Reed's where it goes meow. And then
I quite like Bronson's new one.
Bron Breakers is okay. His new one, it's a bit heavy metal and I like it. It's what he needed. I did say he needed a Batista kind of like theme. I don't mind Ilya Dragovich. I don't mind Ilya's.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's some that's just like, what are you doing? Okay match, considering it's two beefy guys going after each other. I really enjoyed it. Sheamus won. Fucking pissing me off because I really want Bronson Reed to go for the Intercontinental title. But he won. After the match, Pete Dunne came out, launched himself at Reed. And then
saving Sheamus.
Sheamus went to go and shake his hand. He walked out the ring. As Sheamus turned his back, Pete Dunne ran back in and attacked Sheamus.
He did.
Pete Dunne heel turn.
Yeah, I'll take. Gives him something to do while Tyler Bates injured. But I hope we don't just leave that. I hope if further down the line, Newcastle Republic do get a proper run.
Pat called it Monday Night Meat.
He did.
I said there was a sign in the crowd that says Monday Night Meat, and the meat in the ring now is stupendous. Yeah, I agree with what it says here. Will Reed ever win one of these matches against top level talent? It feels like we've always seen this story play out way too often, with no upward momentum to speak for the big man. I agree. Like Bronson Reed is not being used to his full potential. He had a great feud with Ivar. And him and Ivar had some great matches on Raw, and you really thought, right, now he step up to the Intercontinental title. He was talking about the Intercontinental title, and then just nowhere near the Intercontinental title scene with Braun, Ilya, and Sammy. Braun needs more. Braun Break, fuck's sake. Bronson Reed needs more.
He does. Then we move on, and we got the funny segment with. Is it this one the funny segment?
Well, this is the one with where Dom's chasing Rhea.
Yeah.
She goes into the clubhouse where there's black roses all over, and she goes, "What the hell is this?" And he says, "I'm just trying to make it up to you." And she closes the door. He turns around, and Priest is there laughing at him. Which I'll get onto Priest in a minute. And then she opens the door again and throws it in his face.
Yeah. And then
it turns to black to go to Sonya Deville.
I like this new trio though. Speaking of Sonya Deville, this Sonya Deville, Zoe Starks, Shayna Baszler trio is quite an interesting little group. I do quite like that. That's a thing, to be honest.
Yeah, it's great. All three of them come together really well. All three of them have done MMA in the background there. Has Zoe Stark done MMA? I'm not sure she has actually.
According to Michael Cole, like she has. Like that's what he said last night.
Yes, he did say that, didn't he? But yeah, it was the match was literally 5 minutes, if that. But it was 5 minutes enough to make you think that this trio could actually cause damage to the women's division. Zelina was cutting in an interview saying, they can try and do the scare tactics all they want, but it ain't gonna work. Started calling out Sonya's forehead, which I thought was unnecessary. But hey-ho, they caused the match between the two as Sonya had the referee distracted, or Zoe did. Shayna grabbed Zelina and put her hand in between the LED board and the ring, and looks like shit snapped. Obviously it didn't, but the
It's
effect
really good.
looked like it snapped. It was really good. It really did what it needed to do to make it look like it was hurtful for her. Zelina didn't need that though. That was a squash she didn't need. That could have happened to Kiana James. That could have
Yeah.
happened to Lyra Valkyria to carry on the heat and carry on the push that she's having. I feel like Zelina probably had it to keep her off TV for a couple of weeks, maybe to build her up and come back against. I don't know, but I feel like it's something Lyra Valkyria could have done with.
And then, speaking of Lyra Valkyria, she came out to make the save.
Kaden Katana and Lyra Valkyria came out to help, and they ran off, which would set up a match. Sonya and Zoe and the two dancers.
Yeah. Which then led us on to my favourite segment of the night. Jey Uso on fire.
No. You had one before that. You had Sami Zayn backstage talking to Ilya. Ilya said he didn't do what he did do last week to get a title shot, and Sami was like, "You didn't. I know you didn't. You did it because of the person you are, and you've got a title shot because of the wrestler you are, and that you're the future of this business and there's things you can do and stuff." Then we had a promo video of Gunther as well. Then you had Mr. Uso.
Yes. So we had Dom chatting with Priest. We had Dom chatting with Priest backstage about how he didn't warn him that Rhea would been there last week. He says he tried, but he was too busy with Liv Morgan. And then Jey Uso pops into shot. And he's like saying, "Please say it's true. Please say it's true. Please tell me that Mommy's single." And which then pisses Dom off. And then he goes, what does he say? He goes, tell Mommy that to give me a call, which leads to Priest egging Dom on to go and get a match with Jey.
Well, Jey go, what does he say? Jey goes, yeah, tell me it's not true, Mommy's single. And Damien goes, well, it might be. And then Jey says something like, tell her to give me a call, yeet.
Yeah.
But he does something with his face first. It's well funny. The segment is really good. I really liked it. It really made me laugh. This is what I want to talk about Priest, and the segment after, because it goes well to the segment. So yeah, Damien encourages Dom to go to Adam Pearce and make a match with Jey Uso because no one says that about Mammy.
Yeah.
Then we cut to Damien Priest in the ring, calls out Gunther before his match with Braun Strowman. This segment, because you've got two heels against each other, I see what they're doing. This segment is classic. You've got two heels. You need to make one a babyface for this match. And that's what they did.
Yeah, they did.
So I've been a big advocate of Rhea Ripley not being there has hindered Damien Priest. I can honestly say I was wrong. I think without Rhea, Damien has absolutely what's the word? Elevated his game.
Flourished.
Elevated his mic skills. And become the main eventer that he should be. Against Gunther, I've been saying for weeks, and I said it on the live stream for NXT, Gunther's winning that title at SummerSlam.
Yeah,
I don't know if he's going to.
Oh, wow.
I've changed my tune a little bit. Now, it could... We have got another is it 2 weeks before SummerSlam?
Yeah, I think so.
We've got another 2 weeks before SummerSlam. So when it comes to predictions in 2 weeks, I could completely change my mind. I go back to saying Gunther's winning because something that Finn says. But this is another thing that annoys me about all this. Finn's not saying nothing. Finn on the pay-per-view says, "Yes, boss, whatever you say," and gave him the look as if to say, "Yeah, I'm going to cost you this title." There's been nothing since. Last week there was,
purposely,
"Are we okay?"
Back. Yeah.
Well, last week there was, "Are we okay?" And Priest goes, "Yeah, we're okay. No worries." And he goes, "Yeah, cool. That's it." Like, if you're building for the Judgment Day to break up, or you're having Finn turn on Priest, you're doing a rubbish thing about it, because now everyone's forgetting about it, and it's like, do we really care? But the promo between Priest and Gunther was really good. Gunther literally saying, "I am literally better than you in the ring. I'm better than you at everything that you do. I was made for this business. You got dragged up through this." And then Priest saying, "I came from the streets. It taught me how to cope with what's going on." Blah
Give me
blah
heart.
blah.
Talked
give
about.
you heart and all that shit. It worked really well. And the crowd started cheering for Priest towards the end of it. And I thought, that's how you make someone a babyface. But now you've got the issue of Rhea a babyface, because let's face it, no one's going to boo Rhea.
No,
You've got Priest as a babyface. Finn is a tweener at the moment. JD's a heel, because no one's ever going to like JD McDonough. And
no,
Dom's a heel.
And Carlito's
I
a
wasn't
heel.
going to say anything. And Carlito, which Mammy doesn't even know what's going on with Carlito.
That was jokes. So like, oh, why's Carlito hanging about? He's like, and then Damon's like, oh, I don't know. So he's just
something I need to tell you. I need to talk to you about it, kind of thing. Yeah. Chad Gable's made a great discovery, ladies and gentlemen. Chad Gable has finally found out that Uncle Howdy is Bo Dallas. Well done, Chad. Well done.
Thank you.
Something that we all knew. And he criticised Adam Pearce for not having his back, and said that he'll call out Bo Dallas later that night, which was just before the main event. I'm just reading what it says here. I've got to mention this. During the Priest and Gunther thing, Gunther said, "Your reign has been nothing. It's no prestige, no contributions. I want to lift the weight off your shoulders, spare you that embarrassment at SummerSlam. Just hand me the title now." And then Priest says, "For someone who claims to have so much clarity, it amazes me that you can't see what's coming right at you."
Yeah, exactly.
So, then we had Priest and Strowman, which was an okay match. It was good.
I think it made Priest look good. Priest
has been saying for ages for the Judgment Day to deal with the Braun Strowman, and they haven't. So Priest has had to take it in his own hands and deal with it himself, and he has done. And that's what a champion's about. So I'm happy they've done what they've done with that. The way the booking Priest is really making me happy, because I just had a feeling he was going to absolutely just fall down to Gunther, and he wasn't even going to put up a fight. Yeah, Priest beats Strowman. It's great for him. Really pushes him to know that he can finish the business that the Judgment Day can't. Then we had the tag match: Zoe Stark, Shayna Baszler, Katana, and Caden. It was fine. It did what it was supposed to do and put Shayna and Zoe over. We saw backstage Otis, Tozawa, and Maxine Dupree were talking about helping someone against anyone, against someone. Chad Gable came around the corner and was like, "I'm glad you've seen the light. We've got to think. We've got to talk about tactics." And then Xavier Woods came from nowhere, and then they said, "We're siding with you and we'll help you against the Final Testament." And Chad Gable was like, Chad Gable was pissed off. And then we've come backstage. Dom went into the clubhouse, told Rhea that he'd set up a match with Jay, and then Rhea said, "Are you stupid?" So then Dom said, "Oh well, I'll go and call it off then." And she was like, "Are you a coward?" He was like, "Well, no, I just want to prove that you're mine." And she was like, "Well, I'm not anybody's," and walked off. Wrong way to go about it, Dom. You had the Adam Pearce, Drew McIntyre thing. McIntyre, it was all set up just to get McIntyre even more heat. Adam Pearce was like, I can give you the match, I can give you this and that. All you have to do is apologise to the referees of who you attacked, and he wouldn't. He said they're the ones that are costing me the matches. And then he pushed them over. He was about to do something to Adam Pearce before Seth came out, made the save. And then we went to the Wyatt 6 VHS tape, which
for this week it was fucking tremendous. I really enjoyed this tape.
Yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. It was on Rowan, but we saw Rowan without, dressed up as a rambling rabbit. And and he literally talks about his heartache of losing Brody Lee and then losing Bray and then having a broken heart, and that they're all going to fix the broken hearts together because he's not forgot about us, kind of thing, which was really good. If you've not watched it, go onto YouTube, go and watch it, because if you're a big Bray Wyatt fan, big Brody Lee fan, big Wyatt fan altogether, go and watch it, man. It tugs at your heartstrings.
It did for me. Like, when you were talking about losing one brother, that hit home, and then you were like, oh, and then I lost my other brother, and I really enjoyed that they played on. This is why I was kind of hoping with, like you said, that they were gonna go with Bray, like with Bo's his proper name. No, he's Tyler. Taylor, sorry,
yeah.
Instead of Bo. So I think it'd work a lot better if that was the case.
Yeah, he didn't name Brody Lee and Bray Wyatt, but we knew who we were talking about, obviously. He said he promised that the White Six would use the broken hearts to create beautiful art.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. It was really good. It looks like we're going down that route of getting the VHS tape, and having each character speak out. So we're going to get Dexter Lumis, going to go Joe Gacy, and then obviously we're going to eventually get to Nikki Cross. But I said before we came on, I don't want Nikki Cross to talk.
I don't think she is going to talk.
I wanted to kind of point at pictures or point at something, or if she is going to talk, then they put something like a thing over it, a spit. I don't know what you call them. Like they've done with Uncle Howder. Well, it changes your voice changer.
All right, yeah, okay.
They put a voice changer over her, and it's not her voice; it's somebody else's. But she still has the mask on. Like, if they have to do that, I hope they don't. I hope they leave Nikki as she is. But we'll see. Only time will tell. Then you had Jay and Dom. It was a good match. It was okay. It was really there to set up the whole Rhea, Dom, Liv thing with Jay in the mix trying to get Mammy. In the middle of the match, or towards the end of the match, Liv came out, trying to help Dom. Dom's like, "Why are you here? Go to the back. You should go away." Then Jay does the whole baseball slide. Dom lands on Liv. Liv throws it the other way, and she's on top of him. And then Rhea's music hits. She runs off. And then Dom's like, "I'm sorry."
It made me laugh where Liv running off and running up the stairs in them boots that she wears. They made me chuckle. Like, no, when she was running off up the arena staircase.
Yeah, when she was running up the stairs with them boots on, she's trying to do it. I'm like, how the fuck can you do that? Because I'd be dead after 2 stairs. And Rhea tells Dom to get back into the ring to finish the match, and then Jey Uso pins him 1, 2, 3, and then looks at Rhea and goes, "For me."
Yeah. He's fucking great. He's so good.
Yeah. What did he do with Uso at SummerSlam?
I don't know.
Got nothing for him. They got nothing for him. They got no storyline going in.
This is leading me towards: is he going to get involved with Jimmy and Cody? Yeah.
Because Randy's out, KO's out. He needs a mate. He's the one that brought Jey Uso to Raw.
You?
Yeah, potentially.
Oh.
Apparently, Mysterio and Ripley story is giving Eddie and China vibes.
Yeah, it is
kind of a bit actually when you think about it. Yeah, fair play. Then we had Chad Gable calling out Bo Dallas. Bo came out in just normal attire, a White Six t-shirt on and his boots and jeans. We got the Creed brothers to the no ovation whatsoever. Attack Bo.
You should make me laugh. All right.
I thought they would have actually got some kind of heat, but there was just it wasn't like proper like angry boos. It was just like boo. It's like put some effort in, man. They just attacked Bo Dallas, man. Like, do you know what I mean? They'd beat him down, kicked him a few times. It kind of dragged out a little bit, and you were like, "Come on now, we are waiting for it. We're waiting for it." And then he was in the corner, he was laughing. He was just constantly laughing. And he goes, "There you are," and then the lights go off. And then we get the crew walk out. They duck out the ring, get away, Creed Brothers and Gable. And then Bo goes to the middle of the ring and does his Bray Wyatt pose, where all the Wyatt Six are around him, which was a cool shot. I've just posted it on my Instagram.
Yeah, it was.
Story, because I think it's like so good, man.
Yeah, it is.
So we're probably gonna get something with the Wyatt Six. We can't have a match. I don't want them in a match.
I've got a horrible feeling they're gonna make a match for SummerSlam.
But that's probably why they're doing these tapes. To say these are the people without the masks on. There's two separate people. You've got Rambling Rabbit and you've got Rowan. Rowan is Rambling Rabbit. We know he is. But Rowan, the wrestler, can wrestle, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think that's why they're doing that to try and split it, kind of thing. I won't be mad at it. The one person, and I said it about the interviews, the one person I don't want doing any of that is Nikki Cross.
So I don't want. If
they're going down that route, I don't want Nikki Cross doing it.
If they're going to do a match at SummerSlam, I want Gable versus Taylor.
Yes.
Or Bo. And it's a one-on-one with the Creeds and the Wyatt. You can have like the Wyatts gets involved, and I'd like to see. So this is where I said this to you, Dinner. I want to see Bo can get beat down, but when Bo gets beat down and Uncle Howdy comes out, Uncle Howdy absolutely kicks the shit out of Chad Gable again.
Yeah.
Absolutely fucks him up.
Uncle Howdy's untouchable.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, I agree. If they're going down that route, that's the best route to go down. Because Nikki's, and I keep going on about Nikki, because if it weren't Nikki, it was going to be Alexa.
No, exactly. Nikki's
the one that you can't see show emotion because she has the mask on. She doesn't do anything. She literally walks like she's a zombie. She walks down, or like she's possessed. She walks down to the ring, or she comes from under the ring, gives the box to someone, goes back under the ring. You don't see anything else from her at all. That's how it needs to stay. Don't want to see her wrestle. Don't want to see her talk. Don't want to cut a promo. I don't want to see her with a title. I don't want to see any of them with a title. I want them to be, and I said it right at the start, I wouldn't even go down the route they're going with it. I would have had them be full possession, like the possessed in Uncle Howdy and Bray Wyatt and the Fiend and stuff like that, and that's who their god is, kind of thing. I'd have Nikki Cross walk around the arena all night and stop every now and again and point at random, like at stuff to do with Bray Wyatt or something. Like, that's how I would do Nikki Cross, because I feel like it's more her character.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's just me. And then we had the main event, Ilya and Sammy. We knew what was going to happen. Early in the night, Brom came backstage. Adam Pearce was like, "Huh, you're going to get involved? Is that what you think?" "No, you're not. Seeing a bit. There's the door." And then asked security to keep him out there. It turns out later Bron got back in while these two were having an A-star match. It was fucking incredible. Bron Breakker came out and speared Ilya, and then him and Sammy started fighting. Set up a triple threat match at SummerSlam between the three.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But Raw was good. Raw was great. Triple H and the creative team are coming up with some really good stuff, and I just don't mean about Y6. I'm talking about the Intercontinental title, Damian Priest and the Judgment Day, Rhea, Dom, and Liv. You've got the Shayna, Zoe, and Sonya. Creed brothers finally aligning with Chad Gable. You've still got storylines that are not on TV last week. Xavier Woods and the Final Testament. But all right, not everyone's happy about it, but it is what it is. Rollins, McIntyre, Punk. Like, I do think we're getting the triple threat match between Rollins, McIntyre, and Punk because of the reason I said last week. I don't think Punk will be able to go a full match with McIntyre without getting winded.
Yeah.
So
I don't think his body can cope anymore with it. But yeah, I enjoyed Raw. I really enjoyed Raw this week. It's my favorite show of the week. I look forward to it. Like, I stayed up last night and watched it live.
With Damian Priest, I was talking about Damian Priest. Did you see on the Mexican show, he faced Jey Uso, and at the end of the match, he went over to Jey Uso, picked him up, shook his hand, and hugged him?
No, I didn't see that.
I know they have fun on the house shows and stuff, and it's not televised. But I thought that was a nice little from Priest. I thought that was cool from Priest. NXT this week, Obafemi versus. I've just had it up.
Thingy, what's his face from Chase U?
Duke Hudson. Thank you.
Yeah. Can I just say something? I've just used our code to make an order.
Have you? What? Oh, you should have told me.
I've literally done it while we've been speaking. Then
I need some stuff. I want the new Randy Orton shirt.
So, WWE Fanatics have done a really good job. They've told me that there's only three XL John Cena shirts left. So, I've had to pull the trigger. I don't want to. I want that the red one that he's got. The last time is now.
Yeah, the new one.
Yeah. So I've got that coming. I've got the hat and I've got the towel.
Oh my God, he's got the full. We're getting Teddy Cena.
Yeah, mate. That's gonna be. I'm gonna wear it on SummerSlam, I think, because no, it won't be here for SummerSlam. The shirt's due on the 6th of August. The hat and
so it'll be here for All In.
Yeah. No, the shirt will be, but the rest of it won't be. The shirt, the towel, and the hat don't come until September, so that will be the NXT stream, I think. But
yeah, back onto NXT tonight. Obafemi defends against Duke Hudson. You've got a 6-man tag, Gallus versus the Rascals, with Wesley, Trey Miguel, Zachary Wentz, which will be a good match. 6-person mixed tag match. You got the OC and Meet Jim versus OTM. Brooks Jensen and Javon Evans, and you've got Tatum Paxley versus Izzy Dame. So sounds like a stacked NXT. You're obviously gonna have Ethan Page. You're probably gonna have Joe Hendry, Trick, Sean Spears as well, all on there. So, and Roxanne as well. So stacked NXT card. I don't know what's on AEW this week. I'm not actually looked.
We've got a big match if it goes ahead. We've got Ospreay versus MJF for the title.
Oh yeah, I saw that and I thought that's not going ahead. That's not going ahead at all. That.
I hope not.
That'll be safe for All In. We'll have Mariah May talking about her actions last week. We've got TBS Open Challenge, where we could potentially have Nyla Rose fighting Mercedes Moné. Darby Allin returned last week by beating up Brandon Cutler. Promised Jack Perry in the Elite that he was already getting started. So you've got that as well. MJF versus Will Ospreay, Nyla Rose, Mercedes Moné, Swerve versus Okada. And you've got TV time with the Learning Tree, Chris Jericho as well. So that's dynamite. So got a start week. We'll have John back next week. Hopefully have some more news rather than just a few, and we have to make it up. Well, not make it up, but make the time up. Ted?
But we've got Ted's top 5.
Ted's top 5 before we finish up and wrap up.
Exactly. Well, it's Matt's top 5 usually, but it's my question this week.
Well, the cutaway says the fellas top 5, so it's the fellas.
The fellas top 5. And I asked last week for the top 5 celebrities in wrestling.
I think this is why John's got away.
I
He
think
hates celebrities in wrestling.
He did. He told me it's.
He can't. He literally, and this he wouldn't mind me saying this. He hates it. Cannot stand it.
But I think for these 5 people I've got in my list, he'd make an exception for these 5.
He probably would, but I think because he's got to make a list himself, I don't think he has a choice. We're starting from number 5.
Yeah, we'll start from number 5.
I say 5. You say 5.
Yeah.
My number 5 is Stephen Amell.
Wow. He's a lot higher on mine.
I've got 4 that I think are higher.
My number 5 is Bad Bunny.
Shit, Bad Bunny. I
Bad
wouldn't
Bunny.
have Stephen Amell.
Bad Bunny just for the Backlash match.
Bad Bunny. How did I forget Bad Bunny?
That match was.
Can I change my number 5?
Yeah, I'll let you go. If you want to change number 5.
Number 5 is Bad Bunny.
So we've both gone Bad Bunny number 5. What's
Yeah,
number 4?
How can I forget Bad Bunny? Number 4 is Johnny Knoxville.
My number 4 is Big Snoop. Big
To
Snoop
be
Dogg.
fair, if I remember Bad Bunny would have been 4th.
So Snoop Dogg on WrestleMania were amazing. This year, especially with his commentary with Michael Cole. The idea of Michael Cole, Pat McAfee, and Snoop Dogg chilling on Snoop's tour bus,
And Corey
smoking, and Corey Graves smoking, is one of the best things. That's a collab I didn't realize I wanted to have with Snoop Dogg and Michael Cole, but it's fucking great whenever he's on commentary. So 4 is Snoop for me.
Number 3.
My number 3 is Pat.
Mine's Pat.
Because I love Pat. Pat on commentary.
Pat
I miss Pat when he's been away with dealing with his family stuff these last 3 weeks. Don't get me wrong, I love Corey, but he's no Pat. Pat just
No, he's not.
The energy he gives, he makes you care. He puts that much energy in, and that much hype. You get behind it.
He can
And
go
he's
in the ring.
Yeah. I remember watching him against Adam Cole. The Adam Cole match was exceptional.
You said Stephen Amell is highest for you. God, what is your number 2 then?
So my number 2 is Stephen Amell.
Mine's Logan Paul.
So you know who my number 1 is.
So your number 1's Logan Paul. Do you want to know what my number 1 is?
Yeah.
My number 1 is WWE Hall of Famer Muhammad Ali.
He did some ring announcing.
He's in the Hall of Fame, mate. He's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, you can't really. Yeah. Fair.
He's in the Hall of Fame. And I know people can say what Donald Trump was. That's great. But I feel like Muhammad Ali was the first of the celebrities to go in.
Yeah, he was,
Not go
I
in,
think.
but on WrestleMania, to make an impact. Muhammad Ali, without Muhammad Ali, we probably would have still got celebrities, but he was the biggest celebrity back then to get involved in wrestling. And I know, yes, he did ring announcing, but he's in the Hall of Fame, man.
Yeah, Stephen Amell for me was the first one that gave a shit about wrestling. Like, doing the wrestling properly, if that makes sense. You could tell that he cared about how he looked in the ring. It weren't that he turned up for a payday.
Yeah,
he turned up because it was this.
But I
that's
just feel I with that though, I feel like Bad Bunny I know he's had a couple of matches. Has done more than Stephen has done. Johnny Knoxville, he's only had one match, but that one match was more enjoyable than what Stephen did. I
liked his
was
stuff in
in
AEW
tears
as well.
watching his Sami Zayn stuff. And the whole build up to it where he leaked his number and everyone was ringing Sami Zayn. Mate, I was in tears. Pat is Pat. He can go on the ring. He's the best. He's next to Michael Cole. He's the best commentator. Logan Paul, current United States champ. I did have him first. Mustafa Ali. He's not in my top 5. Muhammad Ali. WWE Hall of Famer. And if I didn't put him in there, Rock could shout at me, and he's paid me. So.
Yeah, exactly.
He's got the People's Championship.
We could have put The Rock in there. Technically.
Yeah, he's a wrestler, though, isn't it? I know technically we could do. There was loads of Ozzy Osbourne. He loves wrestling.
Yeah,
and he's done stuff for them. And when he did the Raw host, that was funny. Bob Barker, he was hilarious with Jericho on Raw.
Yeah, he was.
There's just fucking
Hugh Jackman,
Pete Rose being
Yeah.
tombstone by Kane, Hugh Jackman, Shaq. There's fucking loads, but I feel like them 5.
I think them 5
Bad
are
Bunny. I
solid.
can't believe I forgot about Bad Bunny, man. I'm well upset with myself there.
Bad Bunny were.
Hey ho, that was the
It's
top
so
5. Next week, we will tell John. John will probably watch this anyway. But next week, I've not actually thought of one, so I'm going to think one off the top of my head. Best SummerSlam main events.
Okay.
And I know SummerSlam's 2 weeks away. I have another SummerSlam for the one after, if no one has one. So, best SummerSlam main events.
Okay.
Good luck.
Or SummerSlam main events or matches?
Main events.
Main events. Okay.
Main events.
I'm going to have to have a look.
Don't ruin the week after, Ted. Don't ruin the week after, man.
Oh, sorry, my mate.
No, that weren't the week after. That was a good idea, though. Matches or main events? No, we'll do main events because matches is so hard. Is it? What should we do? Have I got a coin? I haven't. I don't have coins.
I can flip a coin. I can get Siri to flip me a coin.
I can do that. Hey, Siri. Flip me a coin.
So we're going tails.
We didn't actually say what it was going to be. So heads is main events, tails is matches. Yeah?
Yeah.
Hey, Siri. Flip a coin. Heads.
So that's just main events, innit?
Main events. So SummerSlam main events next week, top 5.
Right,
Yeah?
okay. Yeah. Actually, nicely on Wikipedia, it gives you a list of all the main events. So I can have a look through.
Well, that's what Wikipedia is for, mate.
Yeah.
But we're going to stop talking now. We've spoke for a hell of a long time. I'm going to have to cut half of this out. Thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. If you want to follow us on any of the socials are down below. Go and follow them all. I'm active on Twitter. I post on Facebook when we post a new video. If you want me to be more active on Facebook, let me know. TikTok, I need to post a new blind ranking. I've not done one in a while, so I'll get that done. I'm also going to give Teddy the login and stuff so he can do some blind rankings if he wants to and get him on the TikTok. If you want any of your merch, like Ted's just done with the John Cena top, click the link in the description below. It takes you to WWE EuroShop, powered by Fanatics. Everything you spend, we get a little bit back, so we can give it back to you because we're 100 subscribers. So we want to give it back to you guys. And as you can see behind me, we've just released our first vlog/second vlog. It's in one because they weren't long enough. Although when I was putting the Clash at the Castle one stuff together, I realised it could have been a video on its own. Go and check it out. We went to Future Shock Wrestling the other week, Clash at the Castle 2022, with me and John and some of our mates that we went to together. Go and check that out. We've dropped loads of videos over the past couple of weeks, so go and check them all out. Like and subscribe, share them with all your mates. This weekend, we've got me and Ted doing the tier ranking for Smackdown. We may record another one in a minute or tomorrow or whatever. But yeah, until next time, guys. Peace.
Peace.
And John, you're there next week.